If you weren't at the Kohl Center Saturday night or you didn't listen on the radio, you missed a wild game between Wisconsin and Ohio State. After losing 5-1 in Game 1 on Friday, the Badgers fell behind 2-0 in the first period in Game 2. But then Oliver Tulk scored right around the net, followed by a blast from the slot from Grady Deering. It was 2-2 after 1. Then less than 2 minutes into the second period, Wisconsin took the lead as Logan Hensler went from one end to another and sniped home the go-ahead goal. The Badgers added another. When Bruno Ejon scored his first as a Badger, it was 4-2 after 2. Then it was 4-3 in the third when another freshman, Vasily Zilanov, won a defensive zone faceoff, went right down the middle and scored with a beautiful Deacon backhand. The Badgers up a pair. Ohio State, though, rallied to tie it. And then in overtime on a power play, Gavin Morrissey went top shelf, and the Badgers beat the Buckeyes 6-5. Wisconsin still in first place in the Big Ten and on the road this weekend at top-ranked Michigan State. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin women still number 1 in the U.S. College Hockey Online poll after a win and a shootout victory in St. Cloud, where senior Kirsten Simms reached a major milestone. The Badgers still in first place in the WCHA with St. Thomas coming to Madison, and we'll hear from Kirsten Simms coming up. I'm Brian Posick, and stay tuned. Head coach Mike Hastings joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest.
The Badger Hockey Digest, presented by UW Health.
Toyotathon is on. Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with the Grand Highlander.
Whoa.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can lease a new 2025 Tacoma for $279 a month, or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a new 2026 Tundra.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Well, Mike, that Saturday win over Ohio State, gritty, resilient. I suppose you can use a lot of different words to describe that one. How about you? How would you describe that victory on Saturday?
Peaks and valleys. You and I talk about at the end. We found a way to get the job done. Some positives, responding the way we did to Friday's game, because in our world, you've got to turn the page in a hurry, and I thought the guys did that. Get off to not such a great start. We're down by 2, stuck with it and found a way to get it back to square. And then we get up by a couple, 2 different times, couldn't hold on. And so we've spent some time this week just crossing T's and dotting I's, but I thought it was, for us to finish our homestand with a win, with all the people that came out to the game, it was some payback from our end to them, and now we're going back on the road.
Yeah, that was a treat, by the way, Saturday night, honoring Phil Zick, the longtime Badgers fan, 1, 2, 3, we want more, and fans with signs in the stands. I mean, you could hear them just reverberate through the Kohl Center. That was something special Saturday.
You know what it was, and even for our group to be able to be a part of that from the bench side and seeing it up in the Kohl Center and the energy, and then finding a way to get it done with Gavin Morrissey scoring in overtime was an important way to finish the weekend.
Yeah, your youngsters played well. You look at the first goals of their careers for Vasily Zilanov and Bruno Ejon, Oliver Tulk with a big goal, Grady Deering as well, Logan Hensler, you mentioned Morrissey. The youngsters came through, and that's a positive sign.
It is. I think when we're the best version of ourselves, it's when those guys are contributing, and Gavin Morrissey, Quinn Finley, Christian Fitzgerald, Simon Tassi, guys that we had relied upon early this season. When we can get all of them going, that's when we're the best version of ourselves. And so for our young guys to assert themselves offensively the way that they did, I thought they kind of carried us on Saturday. And like I said, we're going on a road to a building that's very difficult to be successful in, so we're going to need everybody.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Mike, you're mentioning Michigan State. Here's a team ranked number 1 in the country, won 9 in a row since losing its season opener. They roll 4 lines in 6D. They have one of the best goaltenders in the country, and Trey Augustine. They're at home. It's a heck of a challenge, but this is why you come to Wisconsin to play, right?
Absolutely. You want to put yourself up against the best. And so for us, the guys have had a good week so far. But they're excited about going into that building and having an opportunity to show against what is right now the best in the country. I think they ended up garnering all 50 votes for the number 1 team in the country, and there aren't a lot of holes in their game, but really our focus this week has been on us. We've had some things that we need to tighten up a little bit, and we can be better offensively. And so it's a great challenge, but it's one we look forward to.
Yeah, and you played well against them last year. Almost beat them in their building, almost beat them at Wrigley Field, too, and that was a fun experience.
Almost doesn't get you a cup of coffee, right? So we've still got some work to do, but we have been a pretty good matchup against them, really over the last couple of years. So for us, we've still got some work to get in the can this week and be prepared for that puck drop on Friday late night.
Yeah, late night, 7:30 Central, and be ready and get a lead if you possibly can on the road.
Yeah, and if you've looked at them statistically, I don't know if they've trailed this entire year. So as far as their starts to games and getting that first goal, we're a much better team when you're playing from in front. But for us, it's going to be about focusing on those first 5 minutes and getting off to a good start.
All right, good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Sure, that's head coach Mike Hastings. Wisconsin and Michigan State face off Friday night, 7:30, then Saturday at 6 p.m. Both games on the Badger Sports Network and the Varsity Network app. It's also streamed on Big Ten Plus. Well, the Wisconsin women's hockey team tied for first in the WCHA, still number 1 in the country in the national rankings, and home to play St. Thomas, the final home series of the first semester. Joined now by the WCHA Forward of the Week, Kirsten Simms. And Kirsten, before we talk about what transpired last weekend or what's to come, how you doing? This has been kind of a whirlwind for you the last few weeks with the U.S. national team and coming back and forth to Madison.
Yeah, it's been fun. Hockey's fun, and getting to do kind of both has been fun this year. It's a lot, it's stressful, and there's a lot of back and forth going on, but at the end of the day, I get to do what I love, and I get to do it in 2 different aspects here in college and then also with the national team, which has been awesome. So, it's been fun, even though it has been a lot, but last week was a good week to get back with the team and kind of get the job done last weekend. So
yeah, a couple of weeks ago you played in the rivalry series against Canada and beat them twice. You've done this before. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was our first games back as a group since Worlds and everything, so to kind of get our feet under our belt. I know it was the first games back for the pro girls this season so far, so it was good for them to kind of get games under their belt again. And then obviously there's no better atmosphere than playing against Canada, especially in the U.S., so that was awesome as a whole as well.
Yeah, the rivalry series continues in Edmonton December 10th through the 13th. Is it hard not to think about the Olympics coming up in February and the fact that you have a really good chance to represent Team USA?
Yeah, obviously it's in the back of my head, but at the same time, I'm somebody where I like to be where my feet are, so it's where, I'm at Wisconsin right now, so that's kind of all I'm worried about. I'm worried about playing St. Thomas Thursday, Friday, and then as the weeks go on, I'm worried about when we go to Nashville and kind of all those things, so I'm somebody where it's I don't try to look too far ahead until it kind of is right there in front of me, just because it's easier to keep your mind on one thing than kind of scrambled and all over the place, and it's better to really focus on the now rather than the future.
You're getting a lot of frequent flyer miles, because after St. Thomas, like you said, Nashville, then you go to Columbus and play Ohio State. Last 3 weekends of this first semester, you got a lot to accomplish here and get yourself set for the second half.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. By the way, against St. Cloud on Saturday, Kirsten became just the 8th player in Wisconsin women's hockey history to reach the 200-point plateau. Is that important to you? How do you kind of process that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's super cool and it's an honor to be listed with some of those amazing players, but it's also a testament to the players I've gotten to play with the last couple of years here. Like, getting to be on a line with Casey O'Brien has been truly incredible the last few years. Like, without her being able to put in the puck in the net or get me the puck the way she was, I wouldn't even be close to where I was. Or like I was telling Layla literally the other day, I was like, if you didn't put in the puck how many times on how many of my assists, like, I wouldn't even be near that right now. So, I mean, yeah, it's awesome and it's great, obviously, to achieve, but I think it is truly just a testament to the players I've gotten to play alongside the last 4 years here.
Yeah, I should mention that Casey O'Brien, Hillary Knight, Brianna Decker, Megan Duggan, Sarah Bauer, Brooke Ammerman, and Annie Pankowski in the 200-point club with Kirsten Simms. That is pretty good company now. It makes you smile, for sure. Those were great players and still are to this day, as we saw Hillary in Buffalo against Canada.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I said, it's an honor to kind of be listed with those great players that have come out of the program and just be alongside them. But like I said, too, it's just a testament to who I've gotten to play with throughout the years here.
That's pretty cool. You've got a lot left to accomplish. Hopefully you're playing in the Olympics, and I know your senior year here at Wisconsin, you want to take this team as far as you can. Can you repeat what you did last year? Maybe not the same way you did, but can you do it again?
Yeah, let's hope it's not the same nail biters last year. But
although that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was also scary. But I mean, yeah, obviously, like, we have a target on our back right now, and it's something that my class has been wanting to do as a back-to-back, because we had the opportunity to sophomore year to kind of get that. So I know that with how big our class is and our class being able to feel that hurt that second year when we weren't able to get that back-to-back, I know that's just a little extra fire under us heading into the end of this year, knowing that it's our last season here and stuff, and doing something special would be awesome. So, I mean, that's definitely on our minds, and that's definitely the goal for the end of the year.
The Badger women home against St. Thomas Thursday night and Friday night. Both games start at 7 o'clock. There's a teddy toss on Thursday night, so bring your teddy bears and stuffed animals and throw them on the ice for the Badgers and the Tommies. You can watch the game stream live on Big Ten Plus. Also listen live on the iHeartRadio app. My thanks to Kirsten Simms, Jay Williams, Mike Hastings. I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,